Right now, we take you international grass track racing to find out who will be Ace of Aces.
Hello and welcome to the climax of Europe's biggest and best grass track meeting, the Ace of Aces, celebrating its 10th anniversary here at Salisbury. In this fifth and final programme, we are of course concentrating on the finals with the promise of some really great action to come. It's taken 16 qualifying races to produce the finalists in the solo event. 32 riders from 11 countries started out, and now we're left with the top 10. In the sidecar final, we're expecting a two-horse race between Britain's best, Roger Misa and Steve Dewison. The mud is sure to fly in that one. But first, the consolation finals and a tale of real guts and bravery. Paul Pinfold is still using crutches to get around the pits. It's his first meeting since a terrible racing accident. His passenger is his niece Lisa, the only girl in this event. And they've made it into the consolation final. Well, Paul and Lisa, how's it been, Paul, from your point of view?
Pretty rough.
Pretty rough?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Not too well.
No, but you've got the consolation final, which is some achievement.
Yeah, it's better than watching.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, has it really been that hard physically for you?
Yeah.
You're obviously having a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And have you noticed that, Lisa? Have you noticed that he's suffering?
No, because I'm suffering as well.
You're suffering too? Why? What's the problem?
We're eating all the stones.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
So you're covered in bruises?
I should think so.
What's
My ankle is, and like after I've had a bath tonight, they'll be coming out like there's no tomorrow.
Are you really actually getting showered in it when you're out there then? It's really bad?
Yep. You want to go on the back on one of these things?
I don't think I'd like to, honestly, especially on a day like today. From your point of view, Lisa, are you disappointed with the way it's gone, or?
Not at all. No, you managed to go around and that's
Yes.
and compete, and that's the main aspect, isn't it?
The fact that you're in the consolation final, I mean, that's an achievement in itself.
That is right.
So let's see the Pinfolds in action. Commentator David Duffield.
Well, whilst congratulations go out to Paul Pinfold and Lisa Pinfold making it into the sidecar consolation final, the interest really is between number 12 and 17. Steve Smith, who won this in 1982 and 84, partnered now with John Mitton, knows that all he can battle out for is a sidecar consolation prize. The one man who's going to try and stop him is number 17, John Halsey, with his new partner, Dave French. They've only come together this year for the first time, and Dave French, I think, is proving to be a revelation as a partner to John Halsey, because he said earlier on that John Halsey goes faster than I can think, because he's actually been riding at lower centre level than now up at national level. So good luck to those two, John Halsey and Dave Freeman, and Steve Smith and John Mitton. But perhaps the man that is going to win will be Dave Manning, who failed by just one slender point to make his way through into the sidecar final. So can he win the consolation now? They come up to the tapes. Dave Manning and Peter Black, they are number 10. So by one mere point, they're down in the sidecar consolation. And these riders this afternoon have given us some really exciting racing, and I think there'll be no exception now. Engines revving up again, 1,000 cc's there of power to get the grip, and up flies it out. The racing's gone on, and down that dip they go. Who's going to get the whole shot and take it out? Oh, what some close racing yet again. We have got in the lead there Dave Manning and Peter Blank, I think, have got him. Second Dave Manning this time, they come through. They've got 3 3/4 laps to go. Dave Manning behind them. Number 14, it looks like Pinfold's got into second place as well. That is a tremendous ride by Pinfold. If he's made second, that man has got guts and courage. Absolutely brilliant by Pinfold. John Hiscock and Steve Bailey are in third place, but Pinfold is riding like a man possessed, and Lisa, the 21-year-old from Coventry, she's a beautician and hairdresser trained in college for the studio program. She's really getting the look in her face now. She's in second place. This is brilliant for the Pinfolds. Out there in the lead still though, number 10, Dave Manning's got it all stitched up right now. They go down the back straight, and you can put a rug over the top 4. They really are battling neck and neck, and as Pinfold slows down, it looks as if we're getting a challenge into third place. Pinfold's got to put the pressure on, no doubt about the last lap, when it comes up, and the Hiscock is determined to go past the pinfalls. He's trying on the outside. Number 40, he's trying to go past pinfall. Can he get inside it this time round and behind? They're looking for any chance of these two to swing out too far. This is tremendous racing, and this is only the Sidecar consolation final. And they come up to the flag now. Out goes the black and white checkered, and pinfall cuts through the flags on the inside of the track, but the black and white goes then to Dave Manning in first place. In second place, number 3, Paul Pinfold and Liza Pinfold, and in third place, John Hiscock and Steve Bailey. Our congratulations to all three, and in particular to Paul Pinfold and his attractive partner Lisa. Well done.
Yes, a great result for Paul and Lisa Pinfold, really stealing the thunder from the winners, Dave Manning and Peter Baxter. And now the crowd can settle down for the consolation race in the solo event. Commentator Barry Nutley.
The top 10-point scorers in the competition have moved into the grand final, but the best of the rest go in. The riders with most points start on the front row, and it does look as though some of them are having to start behind. So they move forward onto the tapes. Andy Smith from Manchester, number 3, in the foreground. 10 of them, a fairly crowded start area as the tapes drop. Past me for the first time, jockeying for position. 10 riders out there. Clayton Williams it is, number 7, taking the lead. As I said in the introduction, Williams is the most talented possibly and the unluckiest of the riders out there in this race, and he really is justifying that comment by streaking into the lead and hurtling round the first lap, leading number 23, and a fall. Down goes Will James from Cornwall, spun round, but picked himself up. He's away again, he's okay, wheels this machine off the track. Clayton Williams takes the opportunity to fire away into the lead, really forcing on in tremendous style. Then in second place, Randy Green from the USA, so Randy Green delivering a good performance as well. But Clayton Williams on his way, and in third place, number 3, Andy Smith from Manchester, the Bellevue Speedway rider, qualified for the overseas final, winner of the Marks Bonanza, 7 years experience, Andy Smith. Clayton Williams, 4 weeks' time, he leaves for Australia for a winter's speedway action down under. He signed the contracts only last week. So number 7 leads, number 23, Randy Green in second place, Andy Smith it is in third, and number 29, over the line, a good win for Clayton Williams, number 7, looking over his shoulder, won that one easily by 50 machine lengths.
Yes, Clayton Williams in command throughout that race. And it makes you wonder how the youngster would have fared in the grand final itself.
Good win. How did you get the black eye? What happened?
When one of my my last, the one before the last race, I had a big stone go straight through my goggles and straight into my eye.
Stone actually caught you in the eye?
Yeah, it actually broke my goggles.
Broke the goggles as well. Well, if we just have a quick look. Yeah.
The stone went through here. That was okay, but the stone was so big, it actually knocked me out as well a little bit.
So well, you've done well to come back, because I would have thought with an injury like that, many people would have pulled out.
Yeah.
Hans Nielsen pulled out and he only had a cut ankle.
Yeah, the thing is, at the moment, I can't really see out of this eye.
No.
But
you could see well enough to win that final.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're preparing for the grand finals here in the Ace of Aces, so join us after the break.
Here at Britain's biggest savings organisation, they've been working into the night on a new idea for you and your savings. You buy a bond, they start at £100 and there's no top limit. Then you just sit back, because the capital growth is guaranteed for a full 5 years. So whatever happens to other interest rates, you know just how well you're going to do. All it needs now is a name.
Bond? What about super bond?
That sounds like a glue.
Capital growth bond.
Perhaps a bit long-winded.
Didn't someone suggest capital bond?
The National Savings Capital Bond. Everybody happy? Then we may allow ourselves a brief period of rejoicing. Drink it?
Good idea.
Someone would like to put the kettle on.
I'll see to it.
Thank you, Rob. And let Audrey know, would you?
It's Capital Bond.
Thank you, Ron.
The new Capital Bond from National Savings. Don't miss out.
You never know when you'll need a local service to cheer up your home or lend a helping hand. Where you can go to find yourself a new job, a new interest, or a night on the town, your town. Why wait for the papers or wade through directories to find someone to sell your home? Whatever you need, the answer's at your fingertips on Oracle's free regional classified service. Page your Oracle and pop into your locals.
The Sidecar final then, the two hot favourites, Steve Dewison and Roger Measall.
Well, the score between Steve and myself is 1 each. I narrowly beat him in the first one, he convincingly beat me in the second one. I've got to make amends. I'm not quite sure how we're going to go about it, but we have 1 or 2 tricks in store, so we're not beaten quite yet.
It's been a good day so far, and really we've got to make sure we get out of the start gates in a good position, because trying to make up too many positions is too difficult. The races are too short.
Are you good enough? Are you going well enough to win this? We're good enough to lead it for a little while. I don't know about it, the checkered flag.
Sidecar showdown time, the grand final.
Well, this is going to be a needle match between number 2, Steve Dewison, and his partner Dave Ward, and number 1, Roger Measall. Number 2, Steve Dewison, was really all-conquering throughout the afternoon's racing until, unfortunately, fuel pipe came adrift and he lost out in the 4th leg, but he's got enough points to make the final. There's 20 points to the 23 from Roger Measall. Now, Roger Measall, number 1, actually had a couple of firsts, and then he went under and took 2nd place behind Dewison. So there's a lot at stake between these two. The stake, in fact, is £2,120 in prizes in total for these 6 Sidecar competitors. The winner will receive £750 on the Lopscombe Corner Service Station trophy, and will that go to Roger Measall or Steve Dewison? They've battled out not only today here for the Ace of Aces, but also throughout the season. It was Steve Dewison that won the British Masters, and it was in '87 that Roger Measall won this particular event. So there's a score to be settled in more ways than one. Number 6 there, kicking away at the start line. That's Mike Baxter and Danny Tully. They've come into the final with 19 points, so they are serious. And I think that if the two leaders, Roger Measall and Steve Dewison, managed to round it up, then he'll be in with a chance. But I think he took a very slow start there, Mike Baxter. For some reason, he took his eye off the tape, and I don't think he's got a chance at all now. As sweeping through, Roger Measall takes the lead. Measall's got the lead now, and on the outside, Dewison's coming for him. Will Dewison take it up this long slope? Still on the inside, though. Looks like Roger Measall's got it in the hand, and Dewison's in 2nd place. There's nobody going to catch these two, but let's say, hope they stay on the track. But round the outside, Dewison's trying to overtake, and Measall took him almost out into the catch fence, so Dewison's got to come up on the inside and try to get through, and still round the outside now, he's having another go. What a tremendous ride this is. Steve Dewison got the power full on and taking him out there. Roger Measall looks over and he's coming straight past, up to the top. There's only these two in it. They're giving us a really race of the afternoon, and I think Dewison's got past. He's nearly gone sideways going past though, and he is in the lead. Dewison absolutely thundering into the lead, but Roger Measall, I don't think he's going to let him get away with it as they come up now for the final lap. 1 lap to go, and I think somehow Dewison sees him puffing smoke from his engine then. Is he all right? Way into the lead, there goes Dewison. He has had some problems with that bike, and there was a crack in the crankshaft. They didn't know if it was going to last the afternoon. It looks like he's only got half a lap to go to be the Aces of Aces for 1988. Steve Dewison then coming round the bend and up the finishing straight for the final time, triumphantly Aces of Aces for 1988. That is him over the line in 1st place, comfortably ahead of Measall in 2nd, and in 3rd place a fine ride by number 4 Russell Ing and Chris Skipper. Well, that really was some humdinger of a race, and undoubtedly Dewison is going to be extremely pleased with that, and his prize was £750. That was brilliant bike racing at its best. Well, the crowd are applauding a tremendous performance, these two. We had doubts with the engine hangout, but they showed that after the problems they'd had early on, the mechanics repaired the fuel pipe, and that engine, despite, as I said earlier, they've got a crack in the crank case, it's held together. They're going to sell this machine after this year. I think somebody ought to put it in a museum. It carried them to a fine final there, and that means that they are the Aces of Aces for 1988. Steve Dewison and his partner Dave Ward, both 36 years of age, from Chelmsford.
As they come past me, I'm sure you'll agree with me, they've rode tremendously well this afternoon. They've had their problems to contend with, but they after all are the 1988 ACE of ACES champions.
So a rousing race to end an enthralling battle between the old rivals Dewison and Mizor. Over the series, Dewison and Ward probably deserved it.
Steve and Dave, well done. Great series for you, very pleasing.
Yes, certainly very pleasing. It was a little bit touch and go whether we could get past, but in the end we managed to get past and get the victory we needed.
You seem quietly confident all the way through.
Well, we're very confident in our machinery. It's really a case of us performing as well as the machinery, and we're okay.
And quite nice to beat your old rival.
Oh yes, well it's always nice to beat your rivals.
Well, we haven't spoken to Roger yet, but do you think he'll still be speaking to you?
Well, he'll certainly be gracious in defeat, I'm sure.
Okay, well done the two of you, enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Yep, bye-bye.
It was obviously a very close thing in the final, but you weren't quite there.
No, well, I think I was right earlier on when I said that I was good enough to lead the final. But Steve is riding so fantastic at the moment. There was nobody going to stop him today. And quite honestly, I tried every dirty trick in the book, every trick there was, and he still beat me. So the man deserves the first prize.
Yeah, well, that's nice to hear that. You're still friends, are you? Even though he's beaten you again.
We'll be crawling good friends at the beer tent tonight, I should think.
Well done. It's been a good series for you. Sorry you didn't win, but there we go.
Well, there's always next year then, perhaps.
Straight on with the solos final. Will the German ace Karl Meyer become the first overseas rider to win here? Or will the Brits, led by the ever-popular Steve Schofield, defend the country's top grass track title? The grand final then, over to Barry.
The top 10 riders come to the line for this, the grand final. And the critics were saying of number 25, Simon Wigg, that he hasn't really hit form all season. A win was well overdue. And he certainly has given the crowd something to shout about throughout this Ace of Aces competition. An amazing performance by Simon Wigg, coming into the final on 31 points. And number 14, Marvin Cox, also a tremendous effort for him on his BRM, GM engine BRM, Oxford Speedway regular. He's on 30 points, but of course at this stage now, the points don't count. It's all about who wins this race. And a ding-dong battle it's going to be, with 10 of the world's best grass track racers, a sprinkling of speedway stars in there. Karl Meyer, number 4, the German long track champion, could well have kept something up his sleeve, but the race is going to be between, in my opinion, Meyer, number 4, 25, Simon Wigg, and it could easily be won from the gate. Wigg has to get the gate just as he did in his last heat and get across the bows. Tates have gone. They're all away. And Trevor Banks, number 2, into a good position, but round the outside of him is 25, Simon Wigg. Trevor Banks, Wiggy in front. Englishman first and second. Simon Wigg, dragster style, laying along his machine up the hill for the first time. The sun almost gone here now, the shadows lengthening. Number 25, Simon Wigg on his way. Trevor Banks there with him. Karl Meyer's in 3rd place. So the West German, the world long track champion, is down in 3rd place, but fighting hard, coming alongside Trevor Banks. Very, very close indeed. Simon Wigg still in the lead, and there's a flying finish with 2 laps to go. A flying challenge coming from number 17, Chris Morton. Chris Morton delivering the goods with the red helmet in 2nd place. Chris Morton for Bellevue. One of the older competitors in this race, but a very, very experienced speedway and grass track star. Finished in 3rd place in the World Long Track Final, Morton. 1 lap to go, and it's going to be between these two. Can Simon Wigg stave off the challenge from Chris Morton? He's making him go the long way round. He knows Morton's experienced, and Morton has come across in front of him. He's really got the power on. Wigg is having to settle for 2nd at this moment in time, and Chris Morton is looking all the way, number 17, as though he's going to lift the 1988 Ace of Aces Solo Championship, clenched fist in the air. A superb ride, 5th on the first lap, fought his way round. No denying the talent of Chris Morton. Number 17, absolutely delighted with that. A good ride by Simon Wigg, bitterly disappointed, but what a tremendous win by the Bellevue regular. 3rd in the World Long Track Final, and now at the end of the 1988 season, the 1988 Ace of Aces Solo Championship for Chris Morton. on his lap of honour, acknowledging the applause of the ecstatic crowd here at Salisbury. Chris Morton deserves every little bit of appreciation he gets because he earned that victory. People say of this sport, of speedway and grass track, that people do not come from the back. Chris Morton has proved the critics wrong well and truly there. He rode that race from the back. Trevor Banks set the pace, number 2 in the early stages. Simon Wigg, number 25, fought through, and I honestly thought that the race was Wigg's, but Chris Morton had other ideas. Stunning victory. Cruising in Chris Morton, 30 years of age. Regular World Speedway finalist, regular point scorer for the Bellevue team. The red helmet.
In third place, number 2, Trevor Banks.
Crowd flocking across the circuit to the rostrum. 1, 2 and 3 will be the positions, and Chris Morton will have the privilege of climbing to the number 1 spot, and he has earned that today.
A great climax to the Ace of Aces, probably the best race of the whole event. Third was Trevor Banks, second was Simon Wigg, and the winner, Chris Morton. Chris, well done. It's been a fantastic event for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. It's been total turnaround to last year. Last year I cleaned up all the heats and then made a right mess of the final.
Yeah.
This year I felt a little bit out of touch. You know, I didn't win a race. I wasn't making the starts. And I brought an engine over, especially from Germany, for this meeting, and was thinking whether I'd done the right thing, because I couldn't get it out at the start. Changed a few things right through the meeting. I kept changing them. And for the last race, I picked the start on the outside next to Simon Wigg. He had first choice. Thought maybe he knows what's going on. Yeah. And I planned to, because I knew I wouldn't get to the corner first, to go around the outside of them and try and miss the stones. Because once or twice I'd been going up the inside as I'd gone in the corner, and you just take so many stones that you get in trouble, you know. So that if I run around the outside, I'll be able to just keep going. And I come out of there third, and that was it.
It all worked for you, didn't it?
Yeah.
Simon, what about that for a final then? It wasn't a bad race, was it?
Well,
apart from the fact you didn't win it.
That's right. You know, I'm pretty disappointed because it means a lot. You know, like I said earlier, it's such a prestigious event to win, and really thought I'd got it in the bag. But after 2 laps, I was exhausted. I just couldn't hold on anymore, and Mort was there buzzing around me, and he got the legs on me.
He looked back once and he saw I was in third place. Then he looked again, and I was like in second place and just a few yards down, and I think you're just getting him worried.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's been a great day, and I think it's been a great advert for grass track, and you know, I think there's a lot of people going to see that really this whole sport's got superb potential, and you know, it's really where the future lies. There's so many other things that are sort of up and down, and you know, grass track's going places. So I think today's been great for that.
And nice to keep an Englishman, if you like, still on the rostrum there, because so far no foreigners won this event yet.
No, that's right. That's obviously a good thing.
Keep the flag waving, eh?
Of course.
Obviously enjoyed it, and plans to celebrate now?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, I've built up to this meeting for quite a while. I don't do many grass tracks.
Yeah.
So if you come here and win it, it's been a great day.
And you might just come back next year now.
I think so, yeah.
I think you'll have to now, won't you? Anyway, a few beers tonight, I'm sure.
Certainly.
Well done, Chris. Congratulations. What do you do when you come second? Do you celebrate or console?
Well, the thing is, you know, you've got to let your hair down both ways, really. You've got to drown your sorrows or celebrate. So either way, we're going to have a good time.
I'm sure you are. Well done, Simon. Nice to talk to you. So, to the winners, the spoils. The Sidecar champions, Steve Jewison and Dave Ward, after a memorable battle with their old rivals. And in the solos, Chris Morton, this year's ace of all the aces. We hope you've enjoyed our series. We leave you with our champions in action.